Everyone needs a voice, someone to advocate for them, particularly children who may be victims of abuse or neglect. Court-appointed special advocates, or CASA, does that. These are community volunteers who step up to fight for the hundreds of young people in the child welfare system of Kent County. But the organization is always looking for more. We've got Stephanie Sheeler. She's executive director. Molly Charleboy, she is an advocate supervisor. Ladies, thank you so much for being here today.
We're thrilled to be here. Very
Thank
happy
you for
to.
having us.
Absolutely. All right, let's talk about CASA, who you are and what you do.
Yes. So our organization is a nonprofit focused on Kent County. And our mission is to train community volunteers to advocate for children who've experienced abuse and neglect. So we are a volunteer-driven organization focused on the community where the children live who've experienced abuse and neglect, and the volunteers being their advocates.
Wonderful. Okay, so talk about what this experience looks like for a volunteer. I mean, this can be, you're working with one kid maybe for years, but you are making a critical impact on this child's life.
Yes, you are become a CASA volunteer, and then you get to choose your case. So you're choosing the children or the child that you want to advocate for, whether it's a single child or a sibling group, but you choose to invest in that child and their family with the goal of providing advocacy and information to the judge. And Molly can speak about the specifics of what that looks like.
Yeah, Molly, talk about, what it looks like to become a volunteer, what that process is to kind of onboard, and then what it looks like as you give back to these children.
Sure. So one of the great things about CASA of Kent County is that we offer a lot of opportunities to sort of get your feet wet and get an understanding of what you could be getting yourself into before it's official. So we do things like volunteer mixers, we do information sessions, so people who are interested can sign up for these things and hear a little bit from staff, even hear a little bit from current volunteers, and then if they decide, they can apply on our website to become a volunteer. And then once you've submitted your application, we'll schedule you for a pre-training interview. From there, you'll join our training class. We offer it 4 times a year. And it is about 30-ish plus, give or take, hours of training, and that is with staff. It's with guest speakers. We have foster care agency representatives come in. We have court officials come in. It's a really well-rounded training to give people a good idea of what they will be dealing with and who they will be advocating for. So it's an extensive process, but we want to make sure that it's a good fit for everybody so that we can provide a consistent advocate in these kiddos' lives.
Okay, wonderful. So who makes a good advocate?
So we like to say that anyone in the community who cares about children and families, who wants to be civically engaged, because we are part of a child welfare system, part of a court system, people who are curious about what children and families have been through and really want to invest in making sure that a child ends up in a safe, loving, permanent home, ideally through reunification with their parents, but otherwise through adoption or guardianship. So people who want to invest in their community, love kids, and are curious and want to learn about how to be a good advocate.
Wonderful. And then now let's talk about what it looks like, once you've onboarded, you've done this training, what that looks like when you're actually doing the work.
Mm-hmm. Sure. So one thing that we say a lot at CASA of Kent County is that every case is different. Every case is different. Every kid is different. Every volunteer is different. Mm-hmm. So the way that you invest in these cases can really be tailored to their need and what you are good at. But it can look different day to day. So primarily, our biggest deliverable as a volunteer are our court reports. So prior to each hearing, which is typically every 3 months, a volunteer together with their advocate supervisor puts together a court report, which is a culmination of everything they have observed, every meeting they've attended, every conversation they've had, everything they've learned about this child and their situation goes into this report. It's objective, it's fact-based, and then they put it together to make recommendations from their perspective as to what is the best interest for this child, this family, this sibling group. So that's the biggest thing. That's what goes directly to our judges so that they can make a well-rounded decision. But to make those reports, to put those together, a volunteer is consistently part of family team meetings, sometimes IEP evaluations if that's what a kiddo is going through. They talk to teachers, therapists, they talk to the biological parents. They really do what they can to get to know the child they're advocating for. And it can be a number of things based on the individual case.
Okay, perfect. You have an event coming up, a way we can all support what you do. Let's talk about that quickly.
Yes, so on April 25, we have our annual spring luncheon. It's a free event, so if someone is interested in learning more about CASA of Kent County and perhaps becoming a volunteer, this would be a wonderful event to attend.
Okay.
Yes,
Wonderful.
It's at Frederick Meyer Garden. Information on social and our website.
Perfect, yeah, and the website is right there, casakentcounty.org. co.org. April 25th is that annual luncheon. You want to learn more, head to the website, or you can give them a call, 616-632-5311. Thank you so much, ladies.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.